Hey man, what's good YouTube? This your boy man, Great aka Rico 2 times, man, back with the first haircut tutorial video. Right now it's 3 o'clock, bro. And I just got done editing the video. So haircut tutorial with one guard. That's only one guard, that's it. Just gonna get straight to it. So I'm first gonna start off by combing the client's hair out thoroughly and all the way. My client, he has kinky 4A type hair. That's wrong, so he has 4C hair. I was wrong on that. Put it out because if you use a brush, you're not really gonna get it down all the way. So I'm first gonna start off with the ball line. I'm gonna start the fade up real high and I'm gonna curve the ball line to the back of his head. Just to give like kinda like a drop fade effect. Not really, I didn't drop it, too drastically. Cause I still wanted it to be a ball fade. But whatever I do to one side, I'm gonna do to the other side. That's how I do it. I start with the ball line on one side and then I get to like halfway to the back of his head. Then I go to the other side and clean all the way up, stuff like that. And shout out to Chandler on the beat. I'm gonna drop Chandler's tag and his information if you wanna buy a beat from him. It will be in the description down below. So now I'm debulking with the 0.5 guard and I'm only gonna use one guard on this whole fade. And that's the guard right here, the 0.5 guard. You can also use a 0 guard, but I like using the 0.5 guard for some reason. I really don't know, it's something about it that I love using with even blending the lines and everything. So I'm just debulking with the 0 or 0.5 guard close, debulking it. Now we can go with the lever open, no guard, just a straight blade, and lever open is the first tick. And when I mean tick, the lever on the side, when you move it up and down, it's gonna have a tick. So the first tick, you don't even have to press it. It's all the way open. So we gonna go all the way around his head. And like I said, just take your time on the cut. And I usually would suggest that you either start your ball line off with the lever closed all the way, or non-zero gap trims, because mine 0 gap trimmers, they all the way to almost to the skin. So it's gonna be real hard to flick that line out. And I'm on the lever closed right now, if y'all can see. I'm playing with the lever, I'm trying to play with it, but the line's still gonna be there. So I'm gonna have to eventually go back with my trimmers and go back over that line. So, when you cut your hair, get discouraged because that line is still there. All you gotta do is go back with the trimmers and go back over that line. I'm gonna show y'all what I mean right here. So yeah, this my boy Donovan, and he usually get a drop fade with the curve, with the C cup on the side, but he wanna change it up today. So, this is my first time doing it. See what I mean? The ball trimmers right here. Just flick it up, just flick that line up, and just keep flicking at a 45-degree angle. But the only thing about that, start where the ball part is and go up to the line, because you don't want to create a whole new guideline trying to go up and you be all into the fade. And the fade already high, so it's not nowhere else you can go. So you got to be real careful with that. Real careful. And make sure you always use your comb. After you do one stroke with the fade, go right back down with the comb, as you can see I'm doing. After a few strokes, just go back down with the comb, make sure all the hair is laid down. But there's really not no more talking to do right now. I'm just let the video play out until it's time for me to explain another step of the fade. So right now I'm going with the grain, and when I mean with the grain, it's with the pattern of the hair that is going. So with the grain is down and against the grain is up. So right now I'm going my lever closed, I'm just flicking back and forth, lever play, and you only need one guard to fade, to do a simple fade at that. And make sure when your client has dreads that the hair is parted all the way. Retwist or no retwist, you do not want his hair getting caught in your clippers as you're cutting. Trust me, it's happened before. And another thing, y'all see I'm combing and angling my clipper in a different direction than just straight up and down because his hair is growing and he has a crazy hair pattern. And a lot of my clients do. So your hair grows in different directions. So you have to angle the clipper in a certain way to make it blend all the way, if that makes sense. And we're gonna do the same steps on the other side, just going back and forth, going up, lever closed, lever open. But just make sure when the lever is open that you go all the way up to the top of the head. And when the lever is closed, you go halfway and you just knocking that line out. You just flicking at the line. You're not going all the way up with the lever closed. I always remember that. So now this is time for the extra part of the fade, detailing. The fade could be done. I could be just like, get out the chair, but no, he's not done. He's not done. After you get done with all the steps of the fade, you want to detail. So you want to go with your open. First, I start with the lever open, and I go knock that middle line out that I was just working on. With the lever closed, I go try to knock that line out again. Just like with the trimmers. Whatever you put the guideline in with, say I put it in with the open, I'm gonna go back with the open to knock it out fully. So that's what we're doing right now. Just knocking that line out, flicking at it, not going up too hard. And make sure you use the corner of your blade while you detailing. Y'all see I'm not using my full blade. I'm using the corner of my blade as I'm detailing. Now it is time for the lineup. I'm using my lever closed, half guard, and I'm going down with the line. If you don't have a dread line, if your client doesn't have a dread line, you want to create one, just get your comb and pull your hairs down until where you think the line should stop and just trim it down just like I'm doing right now. Make sure every hair is down now, because after that, you're going to spray the spritz right here. And the spritz will lay the hair down so you can get a nice sharp line. And make sure after you spray the spritz that you brush your hair down so the hair is all the way laid down. And for the lineups, you always start the lineups in the middle of the head and then you move your way. I move my way onto the right side. And after I get down on halfway to the right side, I go to the left side. Make sure everything is symmetrical. That's the key. Just make sure everything is symmetrical with the hairline. And for your lineups, me personally, I never start with the vertical bar. And what I mean by the vertical bar is that line on the side that connects to your eyebrow right there, if that makes sense. In fact, I'm just show y'all. Let me be quiet. Vertical bar right here, I never start the hairline with that. That is always the last part of the lineup. First you start with the line across, then you go to the vertical bar. Some people start with the vertical bar, not me personally. So right now I'm putting the oil sheen onto the hairline so I can make the enhancements pop a little bit more because I'm finna add enhancements. But personally, some people use spritz, but personally when I use spritz, it just make it real sticky and then make it like a nasty white line. So I really just don't like it on the hairline. That's me personally. So right now I'm just adding the enhancements lightly. This is what the client wanted, and then personally me, I like enhancements better. So you know, you can just go in and add them on here and just give him that crispy look that he want. When spraying enhancements, make sure to stay back, probably like I say 6 to 7 inches. Do not spray it right up on his line because it's gonna look real caked up and like real matted up on the line. So just stay kind of far back and make sure you spray it at like a 45-degree angle. Don't spray it all the way straight forward because it's probably not gonna go right on the line. So right now I'm applying my spritz to the line for the final line up to make that fibers hold in. With proper care, the fibers hold in about 3 to 4 days. But if you wash it straight off. And another thing, right now, look how it's angled that blade, and you just use just the corner to make that corner part sharp. That's all you do to make that corner part sharp. Because when I first started cutting hair, like the edge of the hairline was round, and that's because I wasn't using just the corner. I used to use the whole blade and just go straight across. But yeah, y'all see how sharp that corner is? That's how y'all get it like that. And when zero gapping them blades, make sure that you try the blade on yourself when you zero gap them. Do not try them on anybody else first. Try them on your arm after you zero gap them because they might be so sharp that they cutting. And your clients, they will let you know if they bite. They will let you know. Right now, I'm just doing some touch up with the mustache, nothing too much. But that's mainly the end of the cut. We got my boy right. Y'all see the points. But make sure y'all just go back. Double back, get behind the ear, get everything under his neck and everything. Make sure his client is straight. How to do a ball fade with only one guard. Y'all get this video to 100 likes, and I got y'all with another hair tutorial, man, for real. One take game, we out.
Ain't no cap, they know we turned up, lit it. Big gang stuck that turned up the 6. You a switch, go get you a 50. Ayy, these niggas cap new era 50.